Hey everyone, how's it going? Octopus here, welcome back to Union Cross. So, another day, another challenge, and we're on my free-to-play account like usual. I know half of you guys don't even watch these videos anymore because you don't need my help at this point. You kind of already got what you needed from me, and you've been making your keyblades and picking your metals and just going apes with whatever you guys have. You probably surpassed me at this point. I really just stick towards the foundation of helping you guys create a good setup and a good idea of what to buy, what to spend your jewels on, and then from there you guys are like butterflies. You're like, I got this, I'm good. But a lot of you do stick around, just, you know, enjoy. I hope your holidays are going good. Like I said before, I do these videos to help you guys, but at the same time, the communication between us has been amazing. And I just want to say thank you for all the comments in the last video. I mentioned where I've been super busy and I've been trying to keep up with content, and you guys have just you came back and you're just like, don't worry about it, you got families, the holidays, we understand. And I just want to say thank you for that. Like, I absolutely feel so warm inside reading that. Like, I don't know. It's awesome knowing that someone actually cares about your well-being, not just about your channel. Like, they actually care about you, and like, it means a lot to me. All right, enough with the chit chat. Let's go into this. I know a lot of you guys are like, oh, just get to the gameplay, I don't want to hear this. I'm more here for the people who want to communicate with me and want to talk to me. It's what I get out of this. This is not my job. This is just something I do because I care and I really want to help out everyone. And also, lately, I've been really enjoying the communication. So I will continue my videos like this. For now, let's jump in and let's beat up the greedy grouch. So this is going to be a free-to-play setup. Obviously, I don't know how much I'm going to get away with here. Obviously, we should be using Twilight Thorn, so I'm going to switch that keyblade up. All right, so free-to-play setup, not too old, not too new, not anything. It's just a combination of metals. More of like, I just want to show you guys that if you mix and match, you're going to be okay. Like right here, I have a ×3 strength buffer, and then I use another ×2 strength buffer to get 5 tiers of strength up. And then I brought in my HD Master Form Sora for his speed strength, because my two main damage dealers are going to be the Twilight Thorn and a friend metal final boss Shion. Then I brought in just a general defense down metal. This one does 1 target, 1 tier for 1 turn. And I was like, okay, that should be good enough. A lot of you guys should have something. Smee, Shion, anything that has general defense down, use that metal. Obviously, I'm going to stick to final boss Shion here because she was free to play. She was a Mercy 5. A lot of you guys threw Mickey and Brooms on her. So someone in your party should have that. But if not, go crazy. Get that Valor Genie friend medal or those 4 tellers. Anything that's super strong, throw there instead. Your friends will help you pass so many of these quests. So SP is not important because we have to beat this enemy 1 turn, so we don't need our SP for all these turns. We just need enough SP to fully activate our Keyblade without any issues. So we got all that attack up, all that attack down, same thing with the attributes, and now we're going to use Twilight Thorn, which did a pretty good amount of damage. I'm going to kick my Nova here, and this should be good enough. Having ×5 strength is good. You don't need 0.2 Kara yet, so you don't need any of that. You just got to fill your Keyblade with a bunch of metals, and there you go. We wasted a ton of SP, but remember, you got to build your Keyblade in order to do 1 shot. Don't worry about SP when it comes to a quest that says defeat the enemy in 1 turn. You worry about SP when it says complete without having to continue. Then you have to worry about your defense and SP restore. So, quest 1 is down. There you go, guys. We got our first booster, so if you only beat this enemy here, you got 25% boost, which is huge already. But obviously, we want the whole 40%. So let's continue into this and go to the next one. Remember, do not use those skip tickets from the Fill Cup because you will not complete the objectives and get the boosters. So next is a strange tree, and it says defeat all enemies in 1 turn. Now I think there's multiple enemies in this one, so I'm just going to sneak in, look at it real quick, and then we'll talk about it. Alright, with the same setup, since we are using the final boss Shion for our friend medal, we should be okay for the little groups that have a bunch of enemies. We do have nice SP chests. We're just going to activate a ×3 buffer, which is good enough. I'm going to skip the rest of these, and even using that is not that big of a deal. I'm just going to swipe here, swipe again, and again, just a ×3 buffer and your friend medal is more than enough to take away these little groups, especially because final boss Shion has the general defense down herself. That really does help. The higher the level of enemy, the better it gets. So all the beginning groups, just ×3 buff, swipe and swipe. If you guys have your own medals, go ahead, but I'm trying to save SP so I don't have to switch in between each quest and edit that part out. The less I have to edit, the better. The more time I have to make more videos. So it's good for me. But for you guys, if you don't have that ×3 buffer, you have to use 3 of them. There's an SP chest right there. So even if you don't have this illustrated carry or a medal that does 3 or more, just use 3 one-time buffers and that will do good for you. Even using ×1 alone might be good enough because Final Boss Shion, again, high multiplier, and she's got the general defense down to carry herself, which makes her an incredible friend medal for AoE. I know there's better medals as they come out, but again, just going with the basics here, nothing too fancy. So we're going to take out this group, and then the trees alone, just like the what was it, the greedy grouch, the same. Oh no! All right, defeated that in 1 turn, no problem, no mistakes there. So the last guy is the tree. I have no clue what I was saying. I've lost my memory just there for a second. But we're on the last guy, and it's going to be just like, I think actually, the greedy grouch we were talking about. So this guy is in 1 turn, and I don't believe we need ×5 strength buff here, or basically all of this. I think just at ×3 and your own Twilight Thorn, you guys should be okay to wipe this guy out. 302,000 damage. Beautiful. So that's quest number 2. Let's go to quest number 3. Alright, so quest number 3 is the same enemy again, but level 600, more HP. So I don't know if we're going to be able to beat it in 1 turn. We barely made it on the last one. Let's try anyways, see what happens. I'm going to put on auto battle. 187 HP bar is going to be kind of really, it's going to be really hard to do this. But I'm going to attempt it anyways. Let's see what happens. Let's see how much we need to improve to get this HP down. Now, obviously, we're going to have to use some kind of incredible friend medal for defeat in 1 turn. That is a huge feat here. Yeah, 467,000 off that, and we didn't use our Twilight Thorn, not Twilight Thorn, our Trick Master, but even so, our Trick Master is not going to do 151 bars of HP. So, this is not going to be super free to play. It's going to rely on using a good friend medal, but I'm going to switch around my setup, and then we're going to go back into this. Defeat all enemies in 1 turn. So what I'm actually going to do here is, I know it's not going to help anyone that's like, it might. If you guys are new and you pulled for the debut banner, you know that you have most of these medals, or if you got super lucky like my free-to-play account, you got almost all of them. I'm not using Larxene here because she doesn't fit. Larxene's also a really good thing for the Divine Rose. Huge multiplier. Better than using a Twilight Thorn if you can fully guilt her. And all you gotta do is use a bunch of SP before her, and that's like putting Days Riku. He's got 4. But a lot of my stuff has SP gauge 0, so that kind of ruins it. But I know this from this point on, I'm probably not going to be able to show a free-to-play setup that does this in 1 turn. That's a lot of HP bars. The only way to do this in 1 turn as a free-to-play player is use the setup I used before, and then bring in like someone that has Lingering Will, or if you guys have a friend medal like myself where Valor Genie's fully boosted and he's got some good traits on him, just at plus 1,000, even just to boost the Genie by itself. And preferably attack boost 5, not attack boost 4 like I did. But I did it for reasons. I talked about my Metal Spotlight. You guys can do that as well. But for now, I just want to probably do that and just show that using my own setup from that one super powerful free-to-play banner and then going to this. I'm not even using 0.2 Kairi because I want to show that if you just started and you did dedicate yourself to that banner, this is where you guys would be right now. Now, I know the Valor Genie is probably going to clean this up, and it's probably not necessary, but watch how much power is here. So the fully gilded Vanitas here, copying Days Riku is not going to do too much damage because of the wrong slot, but then watch Days Riku himself, 57,000 per hit, and he does 8 hits. That's a lot of damage. We got him down to 156. We're going to use Zexine here for the buffs. It's not going to do damage, it's not gilded or anything. But then we got our final form Sora here, who's doing 161 per hit. Then the one on the pet slot's not gilded, so it's not going to do crazy damage. But if it was gilded, any kind of friend medal would do this off. But obviously the Valor Genie here is just going to wipe the floor with this medal. There you go. Finishes off beautifully because all that strength up from upright, it just does way too much damage. And that's with a illustrated Kairi, a ×3 buffer. Not a 0.2 Kairi, not an EX Kairi. It's just that the attack medals we're using are just really good. And that wasn't the best setup you guys could have done out of that banner. It's the right keyblade. Fairy Stars is the keyblade you can use as Days Riku and all that. But basically, I just want to show that. And also, I think from this point, I don't really have medals that can probably pull that off. Maybe if you guys have the right buffer. But again, if you do have the right buffer, 0.2 Kairi, copy her a couple times and you guys will get through that, especially using a powerful friend medal. I know Valor Genie was overkill, but again, if in my setup here, my own actual HD final form, if this was guilted, which I can guilt it, I'm waiting for a guilting campaign, this would take care of a big chunk of that HP as well. And then if you use a friend medal, which is like one of these medals or the Larxene, or like I said before, Foreteller, you guys should be okay. So I guess I can't really call this one a free-to-play guide because I did use that genie now, but hopefully something here helps you guys regardless. So basically here, I'm going to make a messy setup where if you guys don't have the perfect keyblades, the perfect setups, just find the setup that goes with your copycat medal. Like here, I got the new Vanitas. I put attack boost 5 max on it. I fully guilted it. It currently has 75%. So that means all our magic medals right now are doing 75% damage because the boosters we just got. But so are our speed medals, which I had to find a guilted one to show you that. Oh, is it speed? No. Right now we got... Is it speed? Oh, I haven't done Union Cross, but we should have speed if you guys did Union Cross. I didn't. I'm doing the magic one with you guys right now. So let's bring in something that's not incredibly strong, but has a decent multiplier. Let's try to hit a multiplier of above 2. Let's say this Sora here we got for free. Let's just copy it with Vanitas and have these buffs. So this is all upright stuff. I think I have a nominate on my friend medal, and that's not going to really do much. I'm going to skip that one, but let's just go in here with a non-clean setup. Like I've been using like the fairy stars, and every medal kind of match the keyblade slot, where this is just buffing your one medal to do all the damage, which in this case is Vanitas. It could be your final form Xion, it could be your HD Xion, it could be whatever you have, nominate guilted, or just say you have your own powerful medal. Just bring in buffs to do this, but right here, copying a non-fully guilted medal, that's the amount of damage you do. But he's got a buff and a debuff, so that brings in extra damage, but you didn't need that much of a keyblade setup with that. If you didn't get to guilt your Riku or your final form Sora, you can just use him as a bonus medal. I gotta use 5 specials, that's whatever, I'll go back to that. But again, Frankenstein setups work, which are just really messy keyblades, but all that matters is that your strong medal is on the proper slot. And here on Mugen Glory, my proper slot is at 2.7. So that's where all my damage is going to come from. So right before that, I buff as much as I can. And then I put my best medal to be copied. So I guess this is more of like a make your own keyblade setups. Now, Greedy Grouch, just because I know that we're not going to be able to one-turn this as a free-to-play player that's brand new. As an older player, sure, but like as I said, a free-to-play player that's brand new, this looks kind of hard, which is ridiculously hard. I know there's a lot of setups out there that people are bringing in, but it all involves luck and what you guys have. So I'm going to go back to my fairy stars, and what I'm going to do here is maybe switch some stuff around. So what I'm actually going to do here is switch that Sora into a Valor Genie. My Valor Genie is not guilted, but again, the whole point is that our copy medal is copying something really, really good. Now, the multiplier is only 3.0. It's not like the crazy, as you get higher, it becomes like a 3.3 and all that. I'm going to leave it to 3.0, and we're going to go try this out. Now, I believe I'm okay on buffs and all that. I could bring in a 0.2 Kairi, but let's just try Illustrated Kairi and see what happens. At this point, I'm just fooling around with this vet because this does have a ridiculously high amount of HP. So you do need kind of crazy friend medals, but at the same time, the setup I'm using is not too far-fetched of a free-to-play player that's new because of the banner we just got. But let's see if this can even do it. I don't think I'll be able to do this with this setup. I got to make something more elaborate, but I'm going to try it anyways. So we got him down to so far 257 HP bars. Not looking too good. Not looking too good. But let's see what our Guilted Genie does right now. No traits because this one doesn't have traits. Not bad. Our own Genie's not going to do that much damage because he's not guilted. But now let's see what our friend Genie does with all that going on. And our friend Genie is going to take away. Hey, that's not bad at all. 68 bars, but we have to defeat this in one turn. So I'm going to make my setup just a little bit more crazy and I'll be back. Alright, so let's try that out again. What I'm going to do here is I just added some magic defense down because we had enough from Genie itself. So we need some magic down. That's basically what we're missing, and let's try that out again. I added chips on my own Genie, and then I also put... Oh, I was going to put attack boost on it, but I had no attack boost 4 maxes with SP gauge 0. All I have is attack boost 5 max, so I'm not going to use it just yet. We're going to see what's going to happen here. Again, this strategy is not that bad, but at the same time, it's not incredible. I wish we had more... I could actually take this away and add a Sora there. Maybe I can do that because Sora's going to give me another upright buff. which should equal more damage. But let's see what happens here. Now that I have chips on here, I cleaned up the metal a little bit different. It does a little bit more damage, but I think that upright buff is going to be needed. So, down to 49, we found an extra 9 HP bars. Let's take away that Xion and let's put something else in. Alright, so back, and the only thing I changed here is Xion B is being replaced by the Sora. The Sora is not there for the damage, it's there for that upright strength, which is really, really important, especially because I'm only using a ×3 buffer. If I was using a ×6 buffer, I'd probably ruin this right now. But again, I just want to put the illustrated Kai in there. I know it's not totally free to play, but at the same time, it's not too far-fetched. Let's see what happens here. So we're going down. We are doing a lot more damage, it looks like. Which should be the case here because of that extra upright. But let's see what this genie does now. This genie is going to do down to, we were at what, 49? Down to 26. Down to 26, so we definitely increased our power. All we got to do now is maybe throw an attack boost 5 max on my own genie. Since I don't have attack boost 4 max, why not? I could put attack boost 5 max on this, but it does have a Lux Plus if I ever really want to raid. So I'm just going to put the attack boost 5 max on here. Or maybe I should put the attack boost 4 max Lux Plus on this. If I'm going to put an attack boost, I might as well go all out because I am going to gilt that metal regardless. I just don't have enough Mickey and Brooms right now. So attack boost 5 max on that. I shouldn't. Let's see. You know, I'm just going to put the attack boost 5 max. Why not? Let's see what happens. It's not gilted. It's just there for the extra damage. And let's go back into that quest and see if we can do anything. The thing is, on my main account, I put an SP gauge 0. That's the one I'm actually using as my friend medal. So now I have both versions. And let's see which one does what. A lot of you guys recommended that. I forgot to mention that Larxene can benefit from the genie on the Divine Rose. So 7 SP costs right there, and then Larxene, if I don't put like SP gauge 0 on her, it's going to turn out pretty good. But we are around, what, 26 HP bars? Let's see if that attack boost 5 max kicks in and does the damage for us. So, moment of truth is right here. After this one doing the same amount of damage because it's supposed to, and then with attack boost 5 max, look at that difference just for putting attack boost 5 max on there. I think we did it. This does 25 bars of HP per hit, right? Almost 25 bars of HP per hit. But we got it down to 6 HP bars this time. That's pretty good. That's pretty good for a free-to-play kind of setup. Not really free-to-play, but kind of free-to-play setup. Or before I continue, I'm just going to put 0.2 carry here and finish this off. Before I start wasting more things I don't want to waste yet, just because I want to try to figure out some little bit simple setups. But you guys can see if your genie is not gilted, gilt your genie. Your genie is going to be your best friend. If you didn't get genie, I apologize now. What you guys can do is put your copycat medal on your spirit slot to copy your friend genie, and then use another medal on your keyblade setup that's really strong like Twilight Thorn and maybe copy him, or use 2 Trick Masters because right now is a magic boost we're going for. But let's see what happens here. With 0.2 carry, that drops down to 77 bars. You can see the difference already having the proper buffer. I didn't even need my friend medal here. Look at that. With my own setup, I had enough. 15 HP bars, you only have to use a friend Valor Genie. So yeah, having the right buffer makes a big difference. Those upright strength buffs also make a big difference. But combining a ×6 strength buff with all those upright buffs, that's where the big difference comes from. So we definitely didn't need the friend Genie there. It was just fun to use. But there we go. There's a full completion on my free-to-play account. I tried to fool around with some setups. Hopefully something here made you go creative and do your own setup. But the key here is copy a genie. You don't have to copy your own genie. Copy a friend genie. Just copy a genie and you guys are good. Or copy a lingering will. Or so on and so on, guys. Definitely, if you got the Union Cross booster, your Twilight Thorn will do a lot of damage. So use a setup like Divine Rose. Use the Divine Rose where you do use this medal. Bring in whatever you guys want right here. Let's say you have your... No, that's not going to work. Let's say whatever you guys have. So do your ×3, that's 6 strength right there. Use your Sora and your Riku, even though they're not going to do damage. Or maybe your Riku does do damage. And then put your copycat medal, Vanitas, Final Form Xion. Sorry, not Final. HD Xion, the Anti-Form Sora. Copy your friend Genie. And that should work out too. So that's pretty much it. I'm running at SP. I need SP for other videos as well, but hopefully that helped you guys spring some ideas. I guess I'll just call this one a guide, not really a free-to-play guide, but I'll figure out something. So if you guys got more strategies, which I know you do, a lot of you guys, like I said before, have gone like beyond what I've given you and figure out even more, which is amazing. So if you have more guides, more setups, leave them in the comments section. And if you did enjoy this video, don't forget to hit that like button. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Keep on smiling, and I'll see you in the next one.